What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. It's a Monday, and that can mean only one thing. We're going to be checking out the world rankings to see what has shifted up due to those games that happened on the weekend, and then afterwards taking a look at the Superbru results to see how your guys' predictions got on alongside of mine. I think I did okay this week, certainly not as good as I did last week, but starting out then with the World Cup rankings, because there was some interesting scores going on the weekend, not just in the Tier 1 rugby that a lot of you guys might have called the Tier 2, also a little bit interesting. So starting out then in the top 10, where we always like to have a look. Now, there is one shift in this top 10. It's not one I enjoy as a Wales supporter, but we'll get down to that one in a second. So, starting at the top then, France getting that win over Scotland on the weekend in a very exciting game. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. I didn't eventually get around to making a review video about that one, but I really enjoyed that game. That was a great game of rugby. I hope we see more like that in the World Cup. But France getting that win sees them extend that gap out from South Africa. It was a little bit too close for comfort for the French supporters. I think at the start of last week, these two scores were looking very close. France extending away, not by much, but enough just to have a bit of breathing room there, slowly closing up towards New Zealand. Scotland, of course, dropped down ever so slightly, but that gap between 4th and 5th is, there's quite a decent rift between that, but Scotland still find themselves in a decent little gap between 5th and 6th, so it's looking like Scotland are going to be pretty much comfortably holding 5th, most likely, as we get towards that World Cup. There is the opportunity for some switching around in these top games coming up over the next couple of weeks. Of course, Ireland have got England this weekend. Wales are playing South Africa, right? So, there's every chance South Africa might move up the board a bit as well. England getting that win over Wales on the weekend sees them slightly extend away from Argentina, who remained there, and Australia also didn't play. Fiji, though. Fiji climb to 9th from 10th due to, not them winning something, but Wales losing that game to England sees Wales dropping down to 78.66. They're down to 10th. They're extremely close to going out of the top 10. Just before Rugby 24 gets announced as well. So if I play some games on Rugby 24 and Wales are rated so low, it's going to be a very weird game playing as a Wales supporter. Now, Pool C, as I've mentioned over the past couple of weeks, is basically there. That's what you're looking at for Pool C when it comes round to the World Cup. Wales dropping down a bit, saw Fiji overtake. Georgia got a very convincing win on the weekend as well, far more than I expected. So 76 to 78 is still, a decent little gap for them to be able to, get close to them. But it's nice to see how tight this Pool C is really turning out to be as we head towards that World Cup. It's going to be a very exciting pool to watch. Samoa, Italy, Japan, Tonga, Portugal, all remaining in the same place. Portugal got a win, though, over the USA, and I managed to catch some highlights from that game. Portugal look really good. Their forward pack's looking really decent. The driving ball from them was looking good. They actually seem like they've got a team based around countering a blitz defense. From what I saw against the USA, they have so many different kicking options, the way they're passing the ball. They've got really fast, flat passes, and were causing the USA all kinds of trouble on the weekend. And as a Wales supporter who's been watching Wales basically play only the blitz defense over these last two games against England, Portugal seem to have answers. So just to make my own watching of the World Cup a bit more exciting, not only is Pool C exciting here, Portugal may have something to say when it comes round to the World Cup. Uruguay move up to 17th. That's not because they won. That's because USA lost to Portugal. They'll drop down in the points as well. So Uruguay managing to just about overtake that, both in the 66s. But Uruguay moving up to 17th. And I don't think there was a lot of other changes around. Chile lost their game. I don't know how that happened. I was checking the score at one point. They were 26-7 up, and they lost. Namibia coming back in that second half with a pretty monstrous game, apparently, in order to get that scoreline back. So Chile remain in 22nd and Namibia in 21st. And I don't think we've got a lot else to talk about as we go down. There is one game still going on tomorrow, by the way. It's really weird they put a Tuesday game on for this same round of games. So we'll be catching up a little bit about that. But the big takeaways from here, Wales down to 10th, Fiji moving up into 9th. A lot of people are talking about Fiji maybe being a real dark horse to surprise some people when it gets around to this World Cup. And you have to say, based on their recent performances and where they sit in the world rankings, there's every chance Fiji may find themselves getting to that quarterfinal ahead of the Australia or the Wales team. Moving on then to talk about the Superbru. A tricky round, this one for me. Last week I got basically all my calls. I only had one call correct over like the 10 games that were on. And I kept going for really small amount of points And it ended up that most games ended with quite a big score difference. So although I did well, my TDM wasn't very good. So this week I tried to mix it up. I tried to go for some bigger scores, and we had a weekend of kind of close scores between the big sides, and then really expansive in the tier 2 side. So I kind of messed up myself a little bit, but I still had a decent amount of win points over the weekend, though. Georgia getting their win by 50 over Romania. Really didn't see this coming. I expected them to perform well, but 56-6. What a monstrous game from them. A lot of people going for Georgia. In fact, nobody went for Romania. But the highest one going out there, Big Brain picked Georgia by 34. Still not close enough to get those bonus points. So kind of mad. So basically everyone got 1 point. I don't know why Lord Nicholas has got like a DNQ for your bonus point. I mean, you were no further away than other people. I don't know why you get your special letters there. But yeah, no one taking a lot away from that one. Only 1 point basically for everyone there for picking Georgia. England versus Wales. This one split you guys in the poll we did on the channel. Really, really close. I really thought England would take this based on the team that they were putting out. But my God, what an interesting game. In terms of the Superbru, yeah, that's your Wales picks, and that's your England picks. What would you say there? 70-30 maybe in terms of your picks? A lot of you guys went low, which surprised me. I thought England were going to take that one by about 10 or something. I eventually picked England by 8, which was a really dumb number. So you guys all get to split these points, but because I picked 8, I was even outside of that 5-point margin. So I don't even get half a point for being within 5. So where you wanted to be was here. So many people getting this pretty close. Of course, no one got it by exactly 2. But Villafaro, Pedri, Andre, Lewis Young, and Schmittings all going for England by 3. So all of you guys splitting that bonus point, which is useful for the rest of us. It means you don't get to extend too far ahead. So you've all ended up on that 1.75. And top-notch WRU and Scottish Squid all picked Wales, but by such a low amount, you still got the bonus point for it being within 5 of the correct score if you flipped over. So you still got to sneak a half point to that, even getting the wrong pick. Sometimes you don't need to be consistent in the win picks as long as you're getting close in the scoreline. France versus Scotland then. This one went wildly different to how I expected. France taking this one by 30 points to 27. A lot of us thought France would be in those big double figures. Where was I? I was up here. I said France by 13 in the end before this game kicked off. Everyone going for France bar 1. Pedri decided to be the one who goes the other way. And have a look at this. Yet again, the half bonus point for picking the wrong team. Those low-scoring games from the Tier 1 sides really beginning to mess me up in this one. But I'm new here. Got France by exactly 3. Big scores for you there. 2.5 from that game. A superb pick by you there. A couple of people also got close. Got a squeeze. Schmittings again. Wow. Andre. Wow. Oh my God. They're all the same names. You guys will have done pretty well in this round, I think. Getting pretty close on the France pick. Portugal versus USA. I thought I played a blinder here because I was expecting a lot of people might think the USA were going to be, a really, tough team for any team to beat. Of course, they're normally, you see them in the World Cup. They got out qualified for this World Cup, and a lot of you guys had confidence in that USA team. I have to say, if you haven't seen anything from the Portugal team as of yet, because they're not really televised that much, have a look on YouTube for some highlights from Portugal versus USA. Because I have to say, they're looking really dangerous. I'm really not looking forward to see the Wales-Portugal game. I've got this horrible feeling Wales will put out a B team for it, and Portugal might surprise some people. I went for Portugal by 4. I thought they might just sneak it. What do they win by in the end? 26. 26, looking absolutely superb. The closest one out there was Lewis Young went for it with Portugal by 17. Not within your 5 for your match bonus, but you were within 10, so you still got your bonus point there. So sneaking 2 points from that one. And then finally, the games that have happened so far: Chile versus Namibia. This one annoyed me. I had great confidence in Chile for this one. Like I said, I caught some of the highlights. I caught what was going on. They were 26 points to 7 up at one point, and they lost. I say, what happened there? I thought I was so confident in Chile doing something. A lot of us went for Chile. It looks about 50-50, actually. It was pretty close on the board. Where you wanted to be, what was it eventually? By 2. Namibia by 2. So 3 people getting this bang on. Really good calls from you guys. Gobi, Pedri, and Schmittings. Again, oh my God, there's going to be some big scores in this one. All splitting those bonus points, which is kind of screwing a couple of you guys because you're all splitting the points, getting 0.33 between the 3 of you. All finishing on 1.83. A couple of people as well, though, getting Chile by a low amount. Outside of what I did, I said by 7. You guys wanted to be there. Andre, David Wakefield, Christy Ladd is Irish, and Bowie all going for by 3. So you're all sneaking a half point there as well. This is the round for split bonus points and stealing the half points, I think, by picking the losing team. And then finally, I will mention it, there is still a Tonga versus Canada game on. That's on tomorrow, so it should round up into this video, but there's not really a nice way to sort of incorporate it into this round. Now, I have had a look down quickly. You won't have seen that because some people haven't actually locked their scores in or their picks in for this game. So I won't show them just in case people are like, I'm thinking of changing, or if you're competing against someone else, you can see what they've picked preemptively. I won't show it on video. I think you probably still can have a look at it through the app, but I won't show off what people have got. But yeah, looking forward to see what the results are from that one. We'll probably have to wrap that up into next week's video, I guess, when suddenly the points shift up. In terms of the round then, there's a name we've said a lot. Schmittings UK taking this round. 4 win points, 6.08. I shall also point out as well, nobody up to now has also got a Grand Slam bonus point. It didn't happen in the last round. No one as of yet has got it because we're still waiting for one game. But Big Brain and Aza Matt are, I think, the only two who are 5 from 5 so far, and they've got one game left. So if you guys get the correct call, you guys might well be getting the bonus point for picking all of them correct as well. So that might see you guys move up as well. But for now, congratulations to Schmittings for taking this one on 6.08, followed very closely by Aza Matt on 6. I actually feel like I haven't said Aza's name at all in this video, but you got 6. You're getting those win points, just those bonus points, not making you necessarily stand out quite as much in terms of how close you're getting the picks, but superb to get 6 points so far as well. Lewis Young going in there on 5.75 in third, and then Pedri with an honourable mention on 5.08, stealing that one out. A couple of people down on 5 Big Brain. We've said his name a couple of times in this one. Got a 5. Gobi and Villafarrell, and Andre down in the 4.7. Oh my goodness, where am I? Yeah, I don't think I did particularly well. Where am I? Oh my god, I'm all the way down here. So I got 4 picks correct, and I only got 4 points. I didn't get within any of the bonus points. Last week I was competing against WRU, who also got 4, but did get a half bonus point, so finished on 4.5. So it won't be extending away from me too fast. I'll have a bit of a scroll down so everyone can see their names. A lot of people finishing on 4.5. I'm in here with a group of other people for the 4s. Pierre, the only one there on 3.5. A couple of people getting 3. And then a couple of 2.5s, and unfortunately Rugger down there on 2. In terms of the leaderboard, then where does that leave us after the second round? WRU was in first last week. To be fair, it was like a joint first, but was ahead on the TDM. Now gets to say actually ahead because that half bonus point separating you out gets you up to 15. I'm on 14.5. I'm still kind of happy with how we're getting on, to be fair. I normally suck at the predictors. It's normally the one I do terrible on. So second place after 2 rounds, I'm kind of happy with that. I doubt I'll be doing this in the World Cup. I'll be probably right down near the bottom. Villafarrell climbs 1 place on 14.25. Villafarrell's coming to challenge. I think I'm in trouble next week. I think you're about to see me plummet by the end of next week. Christy Ladders Irish climbs 1. Oscar down 2 on that 13.33. Pedri up 4, having a good round on that 13.08, just jumping ahead of Aza there on a solid 13. Bowie down 2, Foot Easy down 1. Gobi goes up 2. T Davis down 2. Schmittings, we've said the name a few times today, goes up 11 places onto 12.08. What am I? Oh my god, I'm only like 2 ahead. I don't trust myself by the end of next week. Big Brain's name we said a few times today as well, up 2. D-Bag down 3 places. Gladiator up 2. Nigel Usu. I don't even think I've read that name today, have I, Nigel? Sorry if I've missed you out on some of those picks. Staying there in 16th. My boyfriend made me do this, climbs up 2. Big Brain Kian drops down 11. What's going on, Kian? I haven't checked out your round. I'll have to go back and do that after the video to see what happened here. You dropping down 11 places. Big drop for you. Top Notch Rugby holds in 19th. Ian goes down 2. Joey Barton stays in 21st. David Wakefield down 2 down into 22nd. Scottish Squid, who I thought did okay in some of the picks, going down another 1. Dojoba climbs 1. Andre had his name mentioned a few times, goes up 4, having a better round this time. Fiof's up 2. Rugger down 14. Sorry, Rugger, you've had a tough old round in this one. Alfie Brez goes down 1. Lord Nicholas holding out in 29th. Pierre down 4. Bears Gamer, oh no, Bears down 7. All Blacks Forever down 2. And Lewis Young, and I'm new here. I'm going to guess you guys weren't in the last round, or maybe you didn't get your picks in last round to be right down at the bottom, because Lewis Young came third or something, right, in this round. And I knew here, got one absolutely bang on. So, yeah, maybe you guys joined slightly later or didn't get your picks in last week. That's why you're down the bottom. But there were certainly some good picks between the two of you this week. So, congratulations are in order then to Schmittings for taking this awesome round, finishing that top spot. I'll show you off on screen one more time. And then finally, congratulations to WRU14 for now actually taking the lead. Joined first last week, that's fine. But actually taking the lead in this one now. I've got my work cut out. I'm very worried Villa Farrell's coming for me, though. I've got to do some big picks. In terms of the games coming up next week, we've got some tough calls. Wales, South Africa. Oh, God. Do I want to watch that game? I don't even know if I want to watch that game. Georgia versus the USA. Ooh, that's going to be a spicy little game. Looking forward to that one. Ireland versus England. Man, if you're an England supporter, it might be one you want to look away from next week. Italy versus Romania. That might be a fun game. Romania, unfortunately, lost quite heavily, though. I feel like I'm more inclined for Italy for that one. And then France versus Fiji. It's probably going to be the first game for Fiji I get to see televised anywhere. I'm really looking forward to being able to watch Fiji play before we get around to that World Cup. World Rugby really needs to televise more of the Tier 2 games. I'm really missing out on seeing how good Fiji are up to. That'll be a bit of a tester for me to see where Fiji are up to compared to France. Maybe France will put out a full team for that. I feel like they wouldn't risk the injuries considering what we already saw against that Scotland team. That might be more in line with a bit of a B team France. But Fiji might fancy that, in all honesty. If they put out a B Team France, Fiji could come in and absolutely crush that one. Some really big games next week, but again, only 5 of them next week. So maybe I've got the opportunity to just keep picking the winning teams, and it'll keep me in it. It'll keep me in the predictor series. But I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. If you have, make sure to drop it a like, and to keep up to date with all the latest videos on the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you guys know when they are up first. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye bye.